Josh. And go up and you have 5 minutes and enjoy speaking. And everyone, Josh was endorsed for GRA chairman by the GRA.
As y'all remember,
chairman by the GRA. So.
And we endorsed him for Secretary of State in 2008. If y'all remember, in 2017, we endorsed him for Secretary of State too. And we also, we endorsed him and David Schaefer for Lieutenant Governor. If the primary voters had just had as much wisdom as we would have had, we wouldn't be in this mess today.
Far be it for me to disagree with Brant Frost. I bring you greetings from the Georgia Republican Party. It's 191 days until we elect Donald Trump the next president of the United States. That means in 146 days, people are going to start voting. So we got to get to work. And I know the people in this room are about the work. I want to take my 5 minutes to just briefly say this. I've been involved politically for a long time. I've never seen an election with the stakes like this one. When you think about how we got here, when you think about a president of the United States, Donald Trump, who got elected, and before he even got into office, the previous administration lies to FISA judges, to wiretap members of the transition team, to deprive him of his chosen national security advisor, to then insist on conflicting out his attorney general so they can use a woke career DOJ prosecutor to cripple his administration from day one. I mean, it goes on. And as bad as we thought all that was, the sham impeachment, the Russia investigation that yielded absolutely no evidence of any collusion between Donald Trump or his administration and the Russian government. In fact, Vladimir Putin went for Crimea under Obama, went for Ukraine under what is Obama's 3rd term with the guy that's not all there. Donald Trump, 4 years, Vladimir Putin didn't make a move because he knew Donald Trump wouldn't put up with it because he projected American strength. That's what Donald Trump did. But now, imagine you were talking to someone about another country and you said, the incumbent president, he has appointed this guy attorney general who would have been a Supreme Court justice except for the last guy that got elected president. And that guy's appointed a prosecutor, and there are 4 cases where they're trying to put the major party nominee of the other party in prison. They've filed a case where they're trying to take all of his property away. And there are about 80 other people from 4 different states that they're trying to lock up because they're Republicans. You would say, that sounds like Pakistan, right? That sounds like a country that doesn't have the robust, free society that we've enjoyed for most of our lives. So when we talk about how important this election is, it's bigger than any of us. It's bigger than Donald Trump. It's about whether or not we're going to have the free country we've enjoyed that people have fought and died for. That is what is on the line on November the 5th. And I know y'all got business to conduct today, and I'm going to be respectful of that. There are 1 or 2 observations I want to make, and then I'm going to get out of your way. I want to tell you, I have really enjoyed, I know y'all have decisions to make about the RNC. We're working on election integrity. We're working on election integrity every day. We had a very successful legislative session. There are a lot of things we believe that the governor is going to sign the election integrity legislation that was passed. That's going to do a lot of important things. Still more work to do, clearly. One of the things we're doing is we're in the process of recruiting over 500 lawyers around the state to be ready. Not to be ready on election day, not to be ready during election season, but to be ready now to fight the Democrats. And I just want to thank my friend Jason Thompson, because Jason has been our point person recruiting those 500 lawyers, because we know what the left does. We know what they did in 2020 when they went after signature verification so that they could flood the zone with absentee ballots. We're not going to let that happen again. That's why the Georgia Republican Party has intervened in every lawsuit since 2020 that Mark Elias and Democrats have filed to try to weaken election integrity in this state. We're involved in 5 federal lawsuits right now on your behalf because we will not allow the Secretary of State to settle out from under us on these cases. We are going to stand firm and protect SB 202 and all of our election integrity laws. It's very, very important. You're going to see us be aggressive. We were aggressive at the legislature. We're going to be aggressive in court where we have to be. And we're also going to be aggressive in pursuing this campaign. We know we've got a lot of work to do, and we're going to work smart. We're going to focus on the areas where we know we need to turn out the vote. And I'm going to say something that will not be popular with some of the people in this room. And that is, we desperately need, is everybody in this room going to vote for Donald Trump? Everybody? Anybody not vote for Donald Trump? I am pleading with you. I am imploring you. We need as many people as we can to vote before Election Day. If you want to vote a paper absentee ballot, great. If you want to vote in person early, great. But we need you to vote early. Let me tell you why. There are really 2 reasons. The first reason is this election is going to be decided by people that don't always go vote. We call those people low propensity voters. These are people that if they go vote, they will vote for us. But it is hard to get those people to turn out. It is expensive to get those people to turn out. It takes money and time and resources to turn those people out. Every time someone here votes early and you come off that list, it's like writing us a check because you're freeing up resources that we're going to be able to focus like a laser on the people we need to win this election. The second reason is things happen on Election Day. Ask Carrie Lake about Maricopa County, Election Day 2022, and machines going down, people being in 2- and 3-hour lines and giving up and not coming back to vote. I just had this experience at the presidential preference primary. I had a work colleague, he had to meet me in Savannah on emergency business. We got to lunchtime and he said, "Oh my gosh, Josh, I didn't vote." And he missed that opportunity. Kids get sick, cars break down, things happen. I will be voting the first day of early voting because if I get hit by a bus walking back to my car, my last act on this earth will have been to fire Joe Biden. I know a lot of you are participating in our convention process. You're going to be at the state convention in Columbus. We're very excited to have you there. I'm excited about our national convention process. We've got a great facility. We're going to have a great delegate experience. I'm very grateful to Ginger Howard, who sits on the committee on assignments, who has helped us get everything ready for that big convention. But I'm going to finish just by saying this. We are independent thinkers. I believe strongly in the mission of this organization because when we have primaries, we need to get information to our voters about who is the most conservative candidate that can win and carry our message, whether that's locally or to Atlanta or to Washington, D.C. That is really important. For the next 6 months, I have a singular focus, and my focus is to elect Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, and elect Republicans up and down the ballot. Now, there are a lot of differences of opinion in this room and rooms like it all over this state. And that is fine, that is healthy, that is good. We are not lemmings. What I am asking you to do with me, I want to make a deal with you. And the deal I want to make with you is, for the next 191 days, let's be laser focused on knocking doors, making phone calls, doing the work that will get Donald Trump and our other Republicans elected. And the deal I'll make with you, I'm going to tell one quick thing. If you've ever seen the TV show Seinfeld, has anybody ever seen that show? Any Seinfeld fans in here? Okay, so there's an episode with Frank Costanza. It's George Costanza's father. And he has this made-up holiday called Festivus. He calls it a Festivus for the rest of us, right? And one of the parts of Festivus, there's a metal pole, there are all these other things, but he gathers everybody at the dinner table. And he says, now we're going to have the airing of grievances. Because I've got some problems with you people, and I'm going to tell you about them, right? So the deal I want to make with you is this. If you will just work with us, let's work together on the things we agree on to elect President Trump to end this attempt to send our country away from its glorious history of having free and open debate, of not using the criminal justice system to imprison our political opponents. The stakes cannot be higher. If we'll focus on that for the next 191 days, then we can have Festivus at my house on November the 6th, okay? And I'll listen to you all day and all night. Now, the last thing I want to say, I think somewhere in here, unless he walked out on me, my stepson Jackson is here. Jackson, will you stand up? We get up every day and we do this work, and you're here on a Saturday. It's not for us. It's for him and the generations that are going to come ahead. Thank you all very much. Together we will save America. Thank you.
And also, just so everyone knows, first, thank you, Josh, for those words of coming and speaking at our convention. But one announcement that I had heard that I just had permission to share is that I know many of you were at the state convention last year, and you all remember the chairing of the state convention last year. Well, this year, the person chairing the state convention will be Josh McKoon himself. So we should not have those problems as we did last year with Mr. Clement. So.